Hey everybody, I'm Mike. I studied film, I work in TV, and I love movies. Welcome to my second live stream here on YouTube. I thought I'd jump on here and just talk to you guys for a little bit. There's a lot of little things happening around that I wanted to discuss. Movies I saw. I want to hear what you guys are watching. I always get great recommendations from you guys in the audience. Let me just check to see that I am in fact live. Let's refresh. Just want to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Now I see it. So be sure to comment down below. I'm going to give a test right now to make sure the comments work. Let's see. Let's check the comments. Where are our comments? Here. Great. So let's check our graphics. Make sure that all works. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Hmm. That does not seem to be working. Let's see. View log. Okay. Let's do a new one. Let's check out. While we get some people in here, we'll talk about. You know what? I'm done with this advertising on. Let's see here. Let's fix some graphics, make some things look pretty. Come on, let's do this. Let's see. Boom. There we go. Okay. Those are my letterboxed videos as of late. Let's try to get in here. Let's turn this on. Let's see. Ba, 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 ba. I can't see your comments, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Working out the bugs, working out the kinks. Let me see. Hey, testing the chat. Let's see. Testing the chat. I can see it there. Why can I not see it here? UQ. Let's see. Make that go away. Anyway. There's always so much happening here. Let's refresh the title. Oh. You're really behind on that. Refresh title. Here we go. Okay. View. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, there we go. Good. Now it's working. You see? So now it's working. Let's cut back. Boom, boom. Cut back. So now what we can do is, let's see. Check it out. Hey, look at that graphic. Isn't that cool? Look at the graphics, huh? So I don't know what movie you guys have seen lately. Let's put another graphics up here. We're talking movies. Here we go. Let's talk movies. This one could be 2. Okay, it takes a little while to do these things, guys. Not gonna lie, it takes a little while, but once we get going, we can talk movies. Once we get people in here, we can talk some movies. Let's see. So what did I see this week? I saw Punch Drunk Love today. I've been on a kick of seeing all the Paul Thomas Anderson movies. I gotta be honest, I've never really been a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson. He's always flown just under my radar. I think it's poor marketing, honestly. When movies come out, I just think the marketing missed me, and one battle after another, I thought was great. And I saw Magnolia a couple weeks ago. Wasn't loving it. Gotta be honest, wasn't loving it. And then ended up seeing Punch Drunk Love today. Did like it. I like Boogie Nights. There Will Be Blood. I remember suffering through it. I wasn't a huge fan of that either. So I've never really been a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan, but I've been trying to get through his films just to see what everyone's talking about and sort of reacclimating myself. I always say that my my film going history has a big hole in it because I had kids, and so for a while there, I was watching a lot of Disney and animated stuff. I can tell you all about Toy Story and Monsters Inc. and Tangled and all kinds of good stuff. But yeah, couldn't tell you other stuff. Why is this so far behind? Let's see if my live is very far behind. But yeah, there's that. What else did I see this week? I saw After the Hunt, Julia Roberts, Andrew Garfield. I really like that one. I did a review on that. I thought it was very, very good. My review was a little comical. I talked about the use of the Morrissey and Smith songs in there um, as an allegory for cancel culture. But once you get past that, you scan ahead to my video. I thought that After the Hunt was a very well constructed movie that made you rethink every allegation from every angle because it's a philosophy department, so of course they're going to like overanalyze everything that comes their way. So I thought it was a solid movie, and if you have time this weekend, you should go see it. Um, I think it's a movie. Listen, I'm a big fan of the theater experience. I've told you guys that a million times. I think you should go see it in the theater. But I think it's one of those movies you really have to pay attention to. Like, don't go in, don't put it on at home while you're doing dishes. I mean, it's a movie you really have to focus on. It's very heavy in the talking and the accusing and things happening. It's all who knows what, who knows where. But I think it brings up a lot of really good issues, and I thought it was right down the middle as far as like handling cancel culture. You know, Julie Roberts. It's more of a generational movie because Julie Roberts is a woman from my generation, like Gen X, like the '90s, who handles things differently than her student, the Gen Alpha, and you can see the divide between them. And I thought they handled it very well. So there's that. What else? Oh, let's bring up my here. Bring up my box. So let's see. What else did I see this week? Really, Letterbox. Come on, the button's not working. What else did I see this week? I saw. Oh, I know why. Here. I saw Stitchhead. It's a new animated film for Halloween. I thought it was cute, very good. If you guys have kids at home, I highly recommend Stitchhead. It was basically Frankenstein, but like if the monster, there's a mad scientist, Dr. Frankenstein, making monsters, and they're all afraid of the villagers, as opposed to the villagers being afraid of the monsters. I mean, there's mutual groups afraid of each other. So I thought it was really good message for little kids. Like one message was keep your monsterness inside, try to behave so people will like you, and at the end they get to be monsters, they get to actually be themselves, and they find out people actually like them when they are themselves, not when they're trying to be something that they think the townspeople want them to be. I thought it was a very, very cute movie with a really, really cute message, so I really like that one. I saw Good Fortune, the Aziz Ansari, Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves film. I liked it. It was cute. Well, I don't think we're talking comedies that will go down in history that we're always going to be remembering. But I do think Keanu Reeves' performance needs to be brought out because he's so good. He's such a good actor. And the other two guys, Aziz Ansari and Seth Rogen, are playing themselves. So it's just them getting to hang out with Keanu Reeves and all these funny scenes. So there's definitely something to it. It's definitely fun. It's a great date night film. I think I'd go see that. What else did I see here? I saw Good Boy earlier in the week. I'm sorry, last week. It's the horror movie from the perspective of the dog. I'm not much of a horror film fan. You won't see me talking about a lot of horror movies here, but I thought it was really good. It was cute. The dog, acted the way a dog would when the mailman comes or there's some sort of scariness happening. If you've seen it, we can talk about it because I think there's something else going on in the film below the level, but I won't ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. I think it's a really good film, but if you want to chat about it, I'm here. I did see The Woman in Cabin 10. The Girl in Cabin 10? Is that what it's called? You can probably see from my 2 stars on that one. I wasn't crazy about it. I thought it was silly. There are scenes in it where, what's her name? I'm blanking on her name. The lead actress. Anyway, she falls into a pool, and her hands are free, but then somehow when she's in the pool, her hands are tied behind her back, and she can't get out. And the pool thing, there's just so much. You're like, what's going on with this movie? Why is it so weird? It just was. It looked like it was done quickly, shot quickly, like maybe the edits were wrong. I don't know. Something happened with it. I did see The Godfather. I think I may have told some of you in a short, if you watch my short, that I got a great deal. I went to a garage sale and got the remastered, Coppola's authorized remaster of Godfather, and Godfather 2, and Godfather 3, all for I got 3 movies for $1.72. It was insane. It was insane. or $1.24, whatever. Like it was under $2. I got one clamshell with 3 discs in it. A fourth disc actually had some, behind the scenes making making of the restoration and some stuff. I didn't get to that yet, but I did watch The Godfather just to see what it looked like on Blu-ray. Got it on Blu-ray with surround sound, and it was all a pristine cut. And we talk about, like, everyone says The Godfather is great, and I felt the need. I didn't make a video about it, but I felt the need to talk about why The Godfather is great. I'm gonna talk about it here while there's one person listening. The Godfather is great because in most movies, characters change, right? They start off one way at the beginning, and they change to get to the end. And at the beginning, Michael Corleone doesn't want to be in his family, doesn't want to be in his family business. He's ashamed of them. He specifically goes into the army. He does something very, like, law enforcement-y. He becomes a war hero, and even the Godfather wants better for his son Michael. Doesn't want him to bring him into this business, and he's sort of forced into it, right? And Michael Corleone makes this transition from the son who doesn't want to take over his father's business to becoming his father. Like he really is becoming exactly who his father is. And I always thought that was a character change. And then watching it again, it's the subtleties. I think it's Al Pacino, the way he plays it is, this is how I read it. He's trying to convince himself at the beginning that he loves Kay, that he loves Diane Keaton. He's trying to convince himself at the beginning that he doesn't want to become his father, that he doesn't want to get into his father's business. But he knows all along that's exactly what he's going to do. And I think that's what's so genius about it, is he's lying to himself. And I think when he meets Apollonia in Italy, he realizes, this is who I am. I am a Sicilian man. I found a Sicilian woman. It clicks. Like, the culture clicks with him. He's trying so hard not to be Italian at the beginning that when he finally embraces his Italianness, it sort of clicks for him, and he becomes the Godfather. A little fuzz there. I thought it was, and I think the reason we like The Godfather is because many movies need something to make that switch happen. You're one way at the beginning of a scene, a car crash happens, there's some big plot piece in the movie, and then you become something different after it. And The Godfather just so subtly cranks the dial on Michael Corleone as he ascends to the position of Godfather, and it's effortless, and it's smooth, and it's like natural, and you're watching, it's hard to make a protagonist into a guy who becomes a criminal, who heads up a criminal enterprise. But that's why The Godfather is so great, because you understand precisely why he's doing it, and you make the exact same decisions. You could be the most law-abiding person in the world and make the same exact decisions that Michael Corleone made. And so I think it's fantastic. I just think it's a really great movie. What else did I see? Let's see what else I want to talk about. I still Do the Right Thing again. Like, what I'll do is I'll watch a couple of new movies, and then on nights usually today's Thursday. Normally on Thursdays I'll go to the theater, because my movie theater will show the Friday premieres Thursday night or Thursday afternoon. But there's nothing really playing this week, so that's why I popped in Punch Drunk Love. I'll try to catch up on an old film or rewatch a film that I really like. And so you can see in my letterbox here, there'll be like new movie, old movie, new movie, old movie. And so I'll just I try to watch a couple movies a week. But last week, a couple weeks ago, was one such night. And hold on, I am only coming through one channel. I can fix my audio. I come through both channels. Let's do this, shall we? Channel Matrix. Let's do this. How's this? No? Still no? Hello? Why not? Hello? I'm only coming through one channel. Why am I coming through one channel? I know why. Wait. I can fix. Hold on. Close. I'm coming through one channel. That is not cool. My mixer is supposed to mix that. My mixer. Let's see. Channel 1, channel 2, channel 1. No. Hello. No. Yeah, I don't know. Always something with these live streams. Always something. Let's see. Put it back to where it was. Hello, hello. That's going to two. That's going out. That's pre. Oh, I know why. My master must be foobarred. Let's unfoobar my master. Well, it's not got anybody watching, so I'm gonna do this all myself. Let's see. Oh, let me see why. Is this? Why? Oh, I see why. So there we go. Now we're better. Now I'm in both ears, right? Now I'm in both ears. Anyway. It's hard to do a live and do the tech behind it at the same time, but this is what we do sometimes. This is what we do. Let me check my mail because I do have something to do today. I'm just sort of procrastinating with you guys. I think we're good. We're good for a little while. Okay, back to what I saw. Do the Right Thing. Yeah, so I popped in Do the Right Thing. That was probably the movie most responsible for me going to film school. I remember watching, movies were always a part of my youth, my growing up. My brother and I would watch movies. Movies in the 70s and 80s. It was the time of the big blockbuster. I saw Jaws and Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back all in the theater. Did I hear something? Anyway, I heard it all in the theater. I saw it all in the theater, and we'd do that. We'd go every weekend, and sometimes I remember in high school we'd go to see a movie, not knowing what we'd see. We'd just go. Something's upstairs. Anyway, so we go just to see. So anyway, then I saw Do the Right Thing, and Do the Right Thing changed me. Oh, I know why I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing myself in my headphones. Yeah. Do the Right Thing fundamentally changed me. Oh, hey, look at this. Let's see what we have here. Hi, Tetsuya. So let's see. Ready? Hold on a second. Ready to check this out? Look what we're going to do. Check out the graphics. Ready? Look, I'm making you famous. Huh? How's that? Favorite movie is Radio Days. That is a good movie. I like that movie. Let me just Google some facts about it because let's see, Radio Days. Oh, yeah. Woody Allen. Yeah, that movie was great. The movie really was good. That's the one. Radio Days is the one where they're talking about, so-and-so down the block has cancer. And they have to whisper it. I really liked Radio Days. Yeah, good call. It's a good one. Let's see what else we got. But what do you like all of Woody Allen's movies, or did you think, what's your feeling on Woody Allen? Oh, hello, F. Scalerious. How are you? Oh, wait. Watch this. Ready? Would you check out these graphics? Look how cool that is, huh? Super cool. I started this live stream just to check out how we can do this and how it would work, and people are tuning in. So, what movie have you seen lately? Have you watched anything recently? I can tell you, I can go back to my letterbox. Let's see. You guys can see what I've been watching. I was talking about Do the Right Thing. I recently watched Do the Right Thing about a week or two ago, and it was the film I think that started everything off for me. It was the movie that I thought, movies were entertainment until I saw that movie, and then I saw Do the Right Thing that had a point of view, had a message, had something to say, and after that I thought every movie has to say something. Every movie is obligated to say something. So I thought Do the Right Thing was a powerful, powerful movie for me. Still going on that top row. I didn't talk about The Smashing Machine. Cool, thanks. But that's it. Let's see what here. So everyone can see what we're talking about. I'm going to send you to the graphic. This graphic is game-changing, so now we can talk about it. You don't like all Woody Allen movies. Bullets Over Broadway, Woody Allen, and the rest are all bad. Nobody's hands are clean. I like Sleeper. Did you see Sleeper? It's one of his first ones, and I thought Manhattan was really good. But then I thought, my feeling on Woody Allen is Radio Days was still good, like still in his good era. He got to a certain point where Woody Allen movies like became their own genre. They didn't like they all sort of blended into one another, and I thought like it's just a Woody Allen movie. It's not like that Woody Allen movie. He's not a filmmaker like I'll say all the time, Robert Zemeckis, where every film from Robert Zemeckis is different than the one before it. Like he takes on interesting challenges every single film, but Woody Allen is kind of rubber stamping it. I feel like every time they're good. They're not nothing wrong with Woody Allen movies except for they're all sort of the same. I think you could tack on one Woody Allen movie after another after another after another, and then you're watching one movie about one neurotic character, and just the whole thing goes. So, not the biggest Woody Allen fan. I got to meet Woody Allen, by the way. He was a nice guy. Yeah, hold on. These graphics are great. Sleeping with Giant Fruits in the Flat. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And he somehow finds like a Volkswagen. Yeah, it was a weird movie. I liked it though. It was kooky. Like it was a comedy. You know, it was funny. It was like a slapstick comedy. And then he went more into like relationship comedy. I still think Manhattan is one of the best movies I've seen. I'm sorry, not Manhattan. Annie Hall. I said Manhattan. I meant Annie Hall. I still think Annie Hall is a great film. Manhattan's great too. He did a good job there. But yeah, not the biggest Woody Allen fan. I think in my top 3 directors, I'd have to put Robert Zemeckis is up there. Like I said, I think everything he does is fantastic. John Hughes probably have to be up there. And then that's why I hate lists. Like and any given day, like Tarantino, sure. Spielberg, yes. Scorsese, of course. There's so many directors that I could put on that list, so I hate lists. I will say though, I saw One Battle After Another, and I initially gave it 4.5 stars on my letterbox here, because I'm not the biggest Paul Thomas Anderson fan. And then when I watched it again, I saw it twice in the theater, once in 70mm and again in VistaVision. I happen to live in New York. It's playing in VistaVision here. So I saw it on film, and I gave it the full 5 stars not because of the VistaVision technology. In fact, I thought I don't understand really why they use VistaVision except for a marketing tool. But when I watched One Battle After Another for the second time, I thought this movie is pretty close to perfect. Like there's nothing I could not find anything wrong with it. From the acting to the directing to the writing to the score, it just was perfect across the board. I really, really enjoyed it, even the second time, more the second time maybe. So, your favorite director is David Lean. What do we got here? Let me see here. Let's put that up for people to see. I am David Lean. Let's check it. I don't think I know. Do I know David Lean? Oops. Let me see. What don't I know? Oh, whoa. I do know David Lean, but, well. Hold on. Yeah. He directed Lawrence of Arabia. Sure. And Dr. Zhivago. And Bridge Over the River Kwai. Great Expectations. What? Oh, come on. This is like... Sure. He's a very good director. Yeah. Let's see here. We'll go in order. So 1945, let's go back. He directed in 42, In Which We Served, This Happy Breed, Blithe Spirit, Brief Encounter, Great Expectations, Oliver Twist, the 1948 version, Passionate Friends, Madeline, The Sound Barrier, Houston Choice Summertime, Bridge Over the River Kwai, Lawrence of Arabia. Listen to this run of movies. From 57 to 65, he did Bridge on the River Kwai, Lawrence of Arabia, and Dr. Zhivago. That is a trifecta of filmmaking right there. Just 1, 2, 3. Like, how do you make 3 amazing movies like that in a row? Really, really good. Yeah, good call on that one. Brief Encounter. You know what? Let me see. Have I seen Brief Encounter? Because I love getting recommendations from you guys on these movies. Have I seen this? I might have saw this like in film school, but I'm not sure if I... It's going to get feedback if I... It's got Train in it. I love it already. All right. You know what? I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it this week. It's on my list. Cool. Yeah, this looks great. Like I said, love getting recommendations from you guys. It's so good. Free on YouTube? Oh, there you go. Nice. I wonder if I could put up my. Are you a fan of that particular era, like the post-war era in the U.S. or filmmaking of this time? Um, Because I love this particular era. I love like before the '50s came around with Technicolor and Smell-O-Vision, and I just love like the studio system films. I just think they were so tight, you know, and like the stars were exactly they acted the way they the way they like they were more brand building than they were anything else. Like um, Cary Grant would be Cary Grant in every movie. Let's see this. So this is all right. Brief Encounter. I swear I got to catch up on some of my older films. I don't. After film school, I don't think I touched back into that era for long. I'm really a tech guy, so when I watch movies at home, I want to hear the surround sound. I want to see the 4K, and I want to see everything. But I should dive back a little deeper and get some of this. I will say I used to have a ton of movies. When I was in film school, I would copy every movie I had to write about. Like we'd watch it in class. I'd copy it to a VHS so I can have it and watch it and write my paper on it. And I had a library leaving college of like hundreds and hundreds of VHS tapes. And I remember meeting my wife and telling her we're going to bring the shelf in with all these VHS tapes. And she's like, where are we going to put that? And it's not because of her, but I had to get rid of all my VHS tapes with all my movies on them. But now with digital, I can go back and get them again. French and Japanese films, huh? Can you recommend a Japanese film that I might like? I really liked High and Low, Kurosawa film. I saw that recently when I was watching. You can see it in my letterbox there. I saw Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest, and I went back and rewatched High and Low. So that was fantastic. Also, if you like French films, Jim Jarmusch is coming out with that film about the French New Wave, all in black and white. It's called Nouveau. Hold on. French New Wave. Let's see. What's it called again? It's called. What's it called? Is it Jim Jarmusch? I thought it was. What is it? Hold on, friend. Coming soon. What's it called? Oh, Nouvelle Vague. Richard Linklater. I'm sorry, not Jim Jarmusch. Linklater. Nouvelle Vague looks pretty good. Hoping to catch that. Takes place all during the French New Wave. That looks pretty cool. Perfect Days, 2023. Check it out on IMDb. Perfect Days. Ah, okay. Hirayama cleans public toilets in Tokyo, lives his life in simplicity and daily tranquility. Some encounters also lead him to reflect on himself. I remember seeing the trailer for this. I definitely wanted to see this. Yeah, Wim Wenders. Oh, yeah. I definitely wanted to see this. That's on my list, too. See, this is what I'm doing on Letterboxd. I'm adding to my queue. My queue. Let's see here. By the way, you can follow me on Letterboxd at Scalerious. I don't put in-depth reviews here. It's just sort of a running list of what I watch. You can go to stay on my YouTube channel for my full reviews. Let's see. Perfect Days. Yeah. Yeah. That looks good. I remember seeing the trailer for this not too long ago. I went, you know when I saw the trailer for it? I went to go see. It's on my list. Hold on. What was it? Oh, yeah. In the Mood for Love. And I know it's not a Japanese film. It's from Hong Kong, right? And they played the trailer for this for Perfect Days. It was coming back to the theater. They were doing a theatrical release for Perfect Days, and I remember thinking, I'm going to go see that when it comes back out. I'm like I said, I love living in New York, where I could see these things on big screens. I don't have to, like, you know, search down on DVD. I can see it. Your funny name on Letterboxd. What's your name on Letterboxd? I'll follow you now. Let me see if I find you. TATSUYA. IMAI. Oh wait, members. Now there's a bunch of Tatsuyas. But is your last name supposed to be IMAI, like you are artificial intelligence? Because that's pretty good. It's a pretty good name. You can follow me at Scalerious at Letterboxd, Scalerious here on YouTube. You know, I don't ask my audience for anything here on YouTube, but I am like 34 subscribers away from monetization. So if you're not subscribed, please jump over there and subscribe. It'd mean a lot to me. It would. It's just a milestone. It doesn't mean I'm. You know, I have such a small channel. I'm not going to get a ton of follow. I just want to hit that 1,000 mark. 34 more subscribers, and I get to 1,000 subscribers. I do this all for free, by the way. I do this all. I watch movies, and I just do this to scratch the itch of what I want to talk about. I want to talk about movies. I come out here and talk about movies. So, and I like to play with my graphics. Just check it out. See? Look at that. Look at the animation happening. Look at this. How great is that? How great is that? So, welcome everybody. If you're new, you're just tuning in. Oh. Okay. Tatsuya Imai is a famous Japanese pitcher. Okay. You can see I'm not big on the Japanese league, but I think I may know who this person is. Hold on. Let me see. I'll text. Maybe you're not, but. Let's just text. Hold on. That's cool. Cool. Well, let's see what else we got here. Let me just look at the back end of this YouTube thing. How does it look over here? How does it look for you guys on the internet? Looks pretty good. I should put more. Should I put more colors behind me? Here, ready? Let's do that. Check this out. Why is this so far behind? Let's see. Ready? I'm going to do a little more production here. Do a little more production. Hold on. His name is. Let's check this out. Oh, I gotta do something soon. But we're here. We're live for as long as I can be. We'll do the best we can here. Let's do. How about blue? Huh? How about that? Let me text my friend here. We might have a special guest if you guys are interested in. If let's see if my friend. I'm trying to secure an interview here. He's probably gonna say no. We'll see if he wants to come in. But for now, we're going to talk about. Let's see what else we're talking about. My favorite movie last year. So let's send that so everybody can see it. Ready? Hold on. Let's do this. Okay, Tetsuya, am I? My favorite movie of last year. I assume you mean 2024. 2024 last year, I really liked The Brutalist. I thought it got robbed at Oscar time. I thought all around it was a really, really good movie, and it's done for relatively inexpensively. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on, I'm getting us a guest star here. Hold on, stay with us here. I'm gonna get a guest in here. Here we go. Let's call blah blah blah. Copy link here. I'm sending. We're gonna. Oh, this is gonna be great. You're gonna love this. You guys are gonna love it. Hold on. Let's see if we can do this on the fly. Count of Monte Cristo, really? Favorite movie 2024? Okay. All right. Wait. I'm trying to procure us an interview, and we're gonna talk to a good friend of mine who knows movies. Does these things also. Yeah, let's do this. Continue. Sorry. Stay with me. We're going to do this. Cancel. Let's just send this to... Oh, wait. What happened? Here. Compose. I'm getting us a friend. I'm phoning a friend. Here we go. Okay. If he comes in, I'm going to put my headphones on. Let me arrange what I have here. What does he see? Wait a minute. He will see that, and he will hear... Sure, he'll hear... Massive. Okay, great. Let's see if he comes in. If we get him, we get him. Right? Right? That's what I'm saying. If we get him, we get him. Let me set him up for success. If we get him. Ah, not that. Okay. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Count of Monte Cristo. Let's talk about it. Count of Monte Cristo. Let me just pull it up. I will tell you I did not see it last year. Count of... Where'd it go? Here it is. Let me just see the trailer. I remember coming out, but after escaping from an island prison where he spent 14 years for being wrongly accused of state treason, Edmond Dante returns as the Count of Monte Cristo to exact revenge on the men who betrayed him. Yeah, maybe. I might see it. It's in French. I can't. I'm not listening to my computer at the moment, but like, we'll see. Yeah. So The Brutalist was great, but the main actor was an addict, and I wish he was more heroic. I think that's kind of the point, though. Was that so? I mean, it's basically an immigrant story. We're so used to immigrant stories to America that, like, they come here and they do great things. I thought it was interesting to see an immigrant story. They came here and the system just chewed him up. You know, like, it was how hard he had it. He became an addict. All his different struggles. I thought it was definitely interesting to watch an immigrant story like turned around the other way. So that's kind of why I like The Brutalist. And it was brutal. I love that it was shot in VistaVision. So for that one, I remember saying earlier, I don't know if you were here, but I said that I couldn't really quite justify why VistaVision was used in One Battle After Another, but I do understand why it was done on The Brutalist. Everything was very like it's a, kind of a square frame, and it has you looking up all the time. And so I think it was used specifically to look up into the quarries, up at the architecture. Like I just thought I could intellectualize that. I thought The Brutalist was, good on so many levels. I really, really enjoyed it. I tell you what I did not like. I did not like The Substance. I thought The Substance was on its track to do something really good and then became like this body horror movie. And I'm not against body horror. I'm not against bloody movies, horror movies. I just think if it was that, it should be that from the beginning. I just don't. The sudden turn to it seemed sensationalist almost. So let me see if I can. I have to be able to listen here if he comes in. Hello, hello. Oh, I can hear myself. Well, we'll see what happens. All right. We'll see if he comes in. I'm trying to get you guys a guest speaker, a guest. So, like I said, please subscribe to me here on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it to keep this going. I'm 34 viewers away from monetization, from the elusive 1,000 viewers. And somehow, the 1,000 viewers, I mean, it's not going to get any more views. It's just that it just seems to be this arbitrary, line I have to hit. So. Oh, do I like Nora? Hold on. Let's bring everybody in this conversation because I'd like to talk about Nora for a little while. Yes, I did. Did you? Because I will talk while I'm waiting for your answer. I loved Nora, and I really thought. What were my thoughts on Nora? I loved how it ended because she used sex as a currency, right? She was clearly in that relationship because the Russian prince could fund her lifestyle, right? And so she traded her body for that. And at the end, when that Russian or Ukrainian mobster guy is helping her out, he got the ring back for her. And he's doing everything just to help it. He's not. She thinks it's to be sexual, right? She thinks, "Oh, well, I'll have to return the favor by being sexual with him," and it's not. I think he's doing it because he's just a kind person. And I just really thought that movie took a twist, and not a twist, I should say, but it really became something that was really, really sweet and something really, really nice. Yeah, his other film, Florida Project. Yeah, it was good too. He's a good. I'd like to see what he does next. He made a big splash. He had been doing movies for a while, right? He also did one about I'm forgetting the names offhand, but I did about 6 or 8 months ago. I did a video on Honora, and I talked about his earlier films. The other one where he follows someone who sells counterfeit goods on the street. I thought was good also. Why am I? I'm sure you clearly know what I'm talking about, but let me just do this. Here. My special guest will be here in 5 minutes, he says. So he says. Let's see what Sean Baker's other movie was. Tangerine, about the trans person. I thought was good. Is it Prince of Broadway? That's the delivery guy. I just love the characters he picks for his films. They're all listen, being from New York, these are the people you meet on the streets. Nora felt like someone I knew. Prince of Broadway, same thing. Takeout's the one about the takeout. Takeout's the one about the takeout delivery guy. And Prince of Broadway is the one I'm talking about. The one about where they sell the fake goods on the street. Let's read. A New York street hustler specializing in name-brand knockoffs finds his highly profitable game suddenly complicated when his ex-girlfriend shows up toting the son he never knew he had. This is my kind of movie. I love these kind of independent films. These real independent films about people who are real, who are when you watch them on screen, you're like, I've met that person. I know who this person is. Red Rocket. I did not see Red Rocket yet, but I'm looking at here. It's on his thing here, right? Yeah. Let's read what it's about. Ready? Washed up porn star Mikey Saber returns to his small Texas hometown, decides if he wants to be with his ex-wife or the donut shop girl he's in love with. Well, you got me with the poster. The poster looks fantastic. Yeah. He's in like a big donut. Sure, I'll check it out. Yeah, I just have so much to watch lately. I think I should do a Sean Baker fest because I'm really having a tough time with the Paul Thomas Anderson fest. I got to be honest. I have what's next? Hold on, let me look. I saw Punch Drunk Love. I couldn't get through Magnolia. Baby Blood was fine. Oh, Licorice Pizza I want to see next. I'm hearing, I haven't seen that one, and I haven't seen was it The Master? Oh, Inherent Vice is the other one I want to see. I just have to go back and pick up a bunch of looking at Paul Thomas Anderson's IMDb. I didn't realize he worked with Radiohead in 26. He did music videos for them in 2016. Did 3 music videos for them, which explains why Johnny Greenwood was called in to do the music for One Battle After Another. Interesting. So let's go back here. Let's see. Yeah, Diane Lane. You should go back and see The Godfather. I happened to watch that the day before she passed away. Oh, hold on. I think so. He's coming in. Hold on. Let me see. There he is. Hold on. John, can you hear me? Hold on. Let me hear you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
You in. I'm doing all this live. Let me, wait a minute.
How old
Hey, there
school?
you Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh,
Everything's backwards.
I know, I'm going to do it.
That's my right.
Wait. Hey, there we are. John, welcome to the live.
In living color.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to do.
John, I just want to tell you why I'm doing this. It was really to test this out. I've been talking to my friend Tetsuya Amai on the chat here, and check out what I can do. Hey, look at that. That's his comment.
Whoa.
I'm playing with the comments. Oh,
wow.
Hold on.
Why does he
wait.
for the...
We're talking about The Godfather, and I asked, he was going through Diane Lane films, and he wrote that you saw The Godfather 10-hour cut called the Epic version. Now, I remember this. This was, if I remember correctly, somebody took The Godfather and played it back and cut it to be in chronological order. So when you start off, you're with Robert De Niro in Little Italy, and then they chopped it up so it wasn't flashback. And I'm under the impression that's a bastardization of the film.
I don't like that version, if I may weigh in for a sec.
Yeah.
I don't like that version because I think one of the reasons number 2 is so strong is because you get to see what happened to him. Much like most storytelling that's nonlinear, the fact that you know what happens to him makes everything that he goes through in number 2, I think, ring a little stronger to me. I also have a joke that I wish I was on the boat with Fredo at the end of Godfather 2 so that I didn't have to sit through Godfather 3. I think that joke stands. I think it's a killer joke.
You think?
Yeah, I do agree. But I agree. I don't think it's a strong way to watch the films. And I was actually saw somebody in my lobby the other day reading The Godfather, the book. And they had never seen the movie, which is like really unusual for somebody to read the book without having seen the films. And so we sat there talking about it. And I actually said to her that I find the book to be one of the rare instances where the movie is better than the book, but the book has things that are not in the movie that would make it stronger. So, take that.
You read the book?
Yeah, I read the book. In the book, the mom is a more central character. I think she's sort of de-emphasized in the films. She's kind of like a background character in both films. But she's a much more fleshed out character in the books, and she actually is the one sort of carrying Michael to repent for this
Hmm.
stuff. Like she feels the guilt of the family for them.
I don't think she's even in Godfather 1 at all.
No, well, she's in the wedding sequence when
Oh,
she's
she's dancing.
singing, right? I mean, she's a background character for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
really, really like irrelevant in terms of the story.
Do, Let me ask you, though, do you think we get a pass on that because Mario Puzo wrote the screenplay too? Is it like okay since he wrote both the novel and the screenplay?
I would be willing to bet there's a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor of her that
Hmm.
never made it into the final cut. Um, I think she's well cast in both movies, to be honest with you. Like she has a light about her, and that's what that character represents. So her character represents the light. Um, that.
You didn't hear what I was saying earlier, but since I watched The Godfather recently, I had gotten a steal at a garage sale for like $1.72. I got the three Blu-rays, Godfather 1, 2, and 3 for $1.72, under $2. And so I watched Godfather. And I wanted to talk about why The Godfather was so good. We always put it up there as one of the best films of all time. I think it's really good because in most movies, a character starts out one way and then becomes something else because of what happens in the movie. And you could say that about Michael Corleone. But watching it now, I think Al Pacino did such a good job of playing Michael Corleone that at the beginning, he knows he's going to be the Godfather. He knows he's going to do this thing, but he's telling himself, I don't want this as my business. This is my family's business. That's not me. It's why he's going out with Kay, who's not Italian.
Hmm.
That's why he
Right.
joined the army. He's doing everything in his power to take his trajectory off that course. But he knows that when he gets the call, he's going to step into his father's shoes all along. And that's why I think it's
Yeah.
brilliant because it's a smooth, it's not like oh, he got into an accident and because this happened, you know, it's not like that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe one of the things about Michael's character arc is that it's a character arc, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like a character goes from A to Z, and he grows, and it's interesting sometimes watching films with people who judge a character on where they are at point A, as opposed to where they will be at some
Right.
point later in the film. And I see this often with younger people when I watch films with them, and they're like, "I hate him," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're supposed to hate him. Like he has to grow into the human being that he's going to become at the end
Right.
of the film." But I watched Godfather recently as well. Actually, the day before, strangely enough, Diane Keaton passed away,
So did
and
I. Same day, day before she
it's
died.
that's so weird.
Yeah.
And I noticed. I mean, there's of course that iconic shot of the door closing on Diane Keaton, right?
Yeah.
And that's at the end
Yeah.
of Godfather One, right?
Yeah.
That's at the end of right. Remind me, that's at the end of
Hmm.
Godfather One, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I never quite realized how many times in that film her disconnection is foreshadowed visually in other ways as well. Like the first time when they come out of, I think they're shopping, right? They're going like Christmas shopping, and he finds out that his father's been killed by reading it in the newspaper, and
Right.
then he
Right.
goes to make a phone call, and he literally like closes the booth on her, and
Yeah.
she's like outside the phone booth. There's multiple instances like that when she's left out of the gate by um, Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
um, and so I just, I mean, I've seen that film a million times. I don't think I ever quite paid attention to her character that way, and it was
Did it?
weird that she passed away the next day.
Yeah. I saw it the same day. It's so funny. Hold on. I'm gonna do you a solid here. Check this out. Uh, hey. There you go. Look at that. Guys, for those of you watching, my friend here, John, is Generation Vex on the other platform. I don't think we can talk about it because I might get booted or something. But go over there, follow him. Do you have this handle here?
I do, but I haven't started putting content on YouTube
Okay.
yet. I plan to.
Yeah, go follow him there. Once again, John, I was just talking about my subscribers here. I, I feel like on the other platform, every time I open up the app, I get a few more people following, which is great. Here, I've been struggling to hit 1,000 subscribers. Struggling. I need 34 more. 34.
So is this like like the Jerry Lewis telethon? Like we're trying to get to 1,000
Yeah, but
from Mike?
yeah,
Is that what we're doing?
yeah. At 1,000 subscribers, I will dunk myself in a booth. I will tell jokes. I will tap dance.
I will do at 1,000 subscribers. I will do the Buffalo Bill dance for you on camera to "Goodbye Horses." How about
Yeah.
that?
Hold on, wait. Tetsuya has a couple notes here. Let's see if I can send it. I'm gonna take your graphic down. I'm like
Tell
slowly
him I'm
doing
a big
graphics.
fan. Wait, can he hear me? I assume he
Yeah,
can hear
he's
me,
watching.
right?
Yeah. The Godfather is the best because the story was so compelling, the actors are world class, and the music is iconic. 1,000%. Yeah, I
Um,
agree. Wait,
I,
hold on.
is-
Oops. Wait, one more. Oh, come on,
Tell
go
him
away.
I was pulling for Japan in the World Baseball Classic last year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Otani in the World Series this year. So I see that he's got a Japanese pitcher as his avatar.
Yeah,
Let's see.
but I gotta be
He
honest
just wants to talk.
because he's
He
chiming
just
in
wants to
here.
talk
That's the
Godfather.
reason I called you, John. I was like, oh wait, who do I know that knows Japanese baseball really well? I'm like, Generation Vex.
I I'm a big fan of the Nippon Baseball League. I follow the Hiroshima Carp. Go Carp! You know.
He just said so. His last note was the Godfather violence was seldom, but hard hitting when it happens. So that
Yeah.
was the video I was gonna make. But did you hear the theory about the oranges in the Godfather? Do you know this theory? So it goes like this.
Well, I can only think of the orange that he has when he's with his grandson in the
All
garden.
right, and
What
what
else?
happens? He dies.
He
Right.
dies, right?
So when he shot, when Vito Corleone is shot, oranges all over the street. So he shot, violence happens.
Right,
Right. Okay.
right.
So then they're trying to make peace among the families, and at the table, the mafia bosses that will get killed later all have an orange in front of them, and so
Huh.
uh, I went online. I'm like, is this a thing? Because I heard this all along. It was always a thing. Like they were
Right.
foreshadowing who's gonna die by putting an orange in the frame, and turns out Coppola was asked straight on, "Did you do this on purpose to show us who's gonna die?" And he said, "I'm sorry, it was the DP, it was the cinematographer said it." He goes, "No, we everything was underlit. It was all super dark, and so we didn't have enough light for stuff, so we needed pops of color in the frame. That's the only reason you're seeing oranges." They like, in fact, oranges you can't even grow them in Brooklyn, where they were supposed to be shooting this. So it
That's
was,
fantastic.
and I was going to make a video because I had heard that theory, and for the longest time I'm like, yeah, Coppola did this, and oranges everywhere. And it turns out there are a few people who die that don't have oranges there because it was well lit. They didn't need it. Like Sonny,
It's
there's no oranges when Sonny gets shot.
right. I love, first of all, the film community for spotting something like that and trying to make a thing of
I
it.
know. Yeah.
First of all, because I've seen that film like at least a half dozen times, and I don't think I've ever like connected those things. So I love that. It sort of reminds me of there's a whole theory about in Pulp Fiction that the suitcase is Marcellus Wallace's soul,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in the first shot of Marcellus Wallace, when you see the Band-Aid on his neck, that's where his soul was taken, right? And like
Interesting.
that's what people go with on the interwebs. But
Mm.
I've heard Ving Rhames talk about it, and he's like, "Nah, I just cut myself shaving," and so they just put a Band-Aid there, and it's like, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I've also noticed that the combination for the suitcase is 666. If
Oh.
in case you've never caught that in Pulp Fiction,
I
but
think they
it's
were asked
interesting.
about what was in the case in Pulp Fiction, and
Oh yeah, it's a total
it was
MacGuffin. I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean like
It
Yeah.
didn't matter. Whatever it was
Now,
didn't matter.
now, but to your guest's point about the violence in
Mm,
Godfather,
mm,
because I've been trying to find a lot of stuff to watch with a good friend of mine recently who hasn't seen a lot of this stuff, and and it's fun to watch these films through somebody's eyes that hasn't seen them before, right?
yeah.
And they sort of accused me of picking films that were violent, the saying that my taste was pretty violent, and so I kind of screened Godfather to show it to them, and I was kind of mindful of the violence in the movie. Like but I'm trying to think though. I mean, like Sonny's death. Um, the when they shoot the Turk, and then the sort of the settling all family business at the end of the movie. Other than that, I can't really think of like too much. There's the domestic violence a little bit, right?
That's tough to watch. There's
Yeah.
also implied violence where the horse's head is found, but you don't
Oh
see them
yeah.
cutting it off. And
Right.
when Luca Brasi, they find out about they choke him.
Right.
That's
Lucas scene. That's a pretty
violent,
brutal
but
scene, actually.
yeah. But there are movies that have so much more violence in them. This is I think it's tame, for what could have been. But there's
Yeah.
also the time. All they would do is put a slug in somebody's head. They wouldn't like in Pulp Fiction, for example, come up with elaborate ways to kill people. They would just boom, done, end of story. Leave the cannolis, take the gun, or vice versa. Leave the gun, take the
You know what?
cannolis.
I would actually argue with you, Mike, that Pulp Fiction is not that violent either. That there are two or three scenes that mark it as a violent movie, but overall, it's not. It's
No,
not a
you're
violent
right.
movie.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, when you compare it to sort of like an action movie that's popular these days, or even like something like Deadpool, which is really funny but super super violent.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think the violence is kind of downplayed, right? I mean, it's a lot of implied violence. Um,
I
I
think
don't
we've
know.
become really desensitized to it. I think we didn't
Yeah,
like Coppola didn't feel the need to put so much violence in a movie about gangsters because it wasn't about that.
yeah.
Um,
My other thought when watching Godfather, and I think we talked about this in real life last time we talked about this movie, but is just how wonderful Al Pacino's performance is in that movie, and how
yeah.
subtle it is, and how painful it is to watch in context of the actor that he became later in his career. And for you Al Pacino lovers, I'm sorry, but I think we can all agree that he kind of became a cartoon version of himself, like later
Yeah.
in his career.
Yeah.
And when you watch Godfather, or when you watch him in like Dog Day Afternoon, or some of his early work, where he's just so phenomenal and
Well,
just so understated. Understated, I think, is the
but you know
word I want
why
to
I think?
use.
I think back in those days he was playing characters, and now he's playing Pacino. I think Heat was the one where he's playing Pacino. I think I lost you. You still there? There you go. You're back.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I got disconnected there for a second.
Yeah.
You
I
said
think
he.
he's playing Pacino nowadays. I think from Heat onward, he's playing Pacino. But before that, Dog Day Afternoon, he's playing a character. In
Yeah.
Godfather, he's playing a character. So, um, what else have you watched recently, John?
What have I watched recently? Honestly, I've been sort of. I've been in a Frank Capra like phase recently. So like one of my favorite films is You Can't Take It With You.
Interesting.
It's one that I always sort of go to as a fun movie, like when I'm feeling kind of low about life. Uh,
Do you know what
um,
my comfort
and
movie
then I
is? You know what my comfort movie
what's
is?
that?
It's Children
I'm
of
I'm
Men.
gonna guess.
The one about the dystopian future where women can't have kids. It makes me feel
Uh,
good. I don't know why. What's the Frank Capra film? Which one do you like? I totally was making a joke.
you
It happened
can't
one
take it.
night.
You can't take
You
it.
can't take it with it.
No, no, no. You
Yeah.
can't take it with you is my
Yeah.
favorite.
I'm gonna look it up on IMDb.
I mean, it's a lot of the same cast. It's
Ooh,
Jimmy Stewart, Lionel
yeah,
Barrymore,
yeah.
um,
1938.
th
Wow.
38, I want to say.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
38.
before. It's before It's a Wonderful Life, right? Yeah.
Did you know that It's
It,
a
it's
Wonderful
a.
Life was a flop when it came out?
Oh
They,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It didn't become popular until it was in syndication in the 70s.
yeah.
Um, but
They actually released it in the spring because they didn't think it was going to be a Christmas movie. Or was it that, or was it? Hold on, or was it Miracle on 34th Street? I think it was Miracle on 34th Street. They didn't release as a Christmas movie.
hmm, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you really have to be made of stone to not cry at the end of It's a Wonderful Life.
Did you see that
Um,
viral? Did you send me that viral video the other day of these two people watching It's a Wonderful Life for the first time, and they're videotaping
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
themselves?
That was wonderful. It was two English people too, which
Yeah.
which made it even funnier for some reason.
Yeah.
Um, and also they were sort of, kind of late millennials or late millennials, early Gen Z. So they kind of
Yeah.
were jaded, as a couple. And so I
Yeah.
really enjoyed watching their reaction video because you really have to be made of stone to not cry like during that
I
movie.
think I watched that reaction video, which is just that little clip at the end, and I was tearing up
And yeah,
within 5 seconds of that scene. There's something
I
magical in
know.
that scene that makes me cry. I don't know what it is.
It's it's the are you aware of the pudding with fork trend that's going around the world right now?
No.
I'm I'm serious. This is a thing. Like you can
Okay.
look it up, okay?
All right.
If you look up pudding with a fork,
All
this
right.
is a global trend that's coming out, okay? Look it up.
I am.
It's pudding mit Gabel in German,
Pudding mit Gabel. I see
okay?
it. A viral trend where people gather in public to eat pudding with forks, not spoons. Originating in Germany, the trend is an absurd and joyful social event that has spread across Europe and the United States. With people gathering in
Yeah.
parks to connect and have fun, it serves as a lighthearted break from daily stresses and has been described as a type of flash mob focused on community and silliness. Well,
Yeah. So that's a trend that's sort of taken off in the last like 6 to 8 weeks, I would guess, right? And I learned about it because I have some German friends who let me know about it, and it's actually come as far as New York, where we live. Like they just had one a few days ago in Central Park, and I was thinking about this and talking about this. Like you're laughing, Mike. I know because it's fucking. Oh, I'm sorry. Can we curse on YouTube?
sure.
Because it's
Yeah.
it's it's absurd. It's completely
Well,
absurd.
it
There's
it's what's
but
the word I'm looking for? It's like slow self-flagellation. It's like harming yourself. Like when you could have a spoon and have a full mouth of pudding, but instead you only have the pudding that can cling to the prongs of a fork. Why would you do that to yourself?
yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way of looking at it. But I also felt like it was charming to me because it highlighted because let's face it, this was mostly kids, right?
Yeah.
And when we say kids, we mean anyone under 30. Okay,
Yeah.
um, it was mostly kids, and and it just sort of highlighted to me the need for community that
Mm,
we have, right? And that's why the ending of, if I can tie it back to film,
please.
that's why the ending to It's a Wonderful Life kills me every time. It's because he, it's the community coming together to help this man in his hour of need. And I think that's why it hits so hard for everyone. And when I'm even gonna choke up saying it, but when his brother says to my brother George, the richest man in town, I mean that's what he's saying, right? He's so
Yeah.
rich in friends. So
Did you see
try not to
the
cry, Mike.
hey, I won't. Did you see the do you remember the Saturday Night Live missing ending
Oh
to It's
yeah,
a Wonderful Life?
yes.
Where they beat the shit out
I
of the
love,
old man?
I I love that one. Oh, it's Mr. Potter. Eh?
It's
Oh, I
so
love
good.
that one so
Um,
much. I love that one so much.
I do have a problem. Like you were talking about the generational gap and movies, and I love seeing somebody who's younger than us who comes on here and is like, um, "Here's a movie that has been slept on. No one's talking about it," and they go on to describe Spaceballs or something, and you're like, "What? What do you mean no one's talking about that? That's like
Right.
the biggest movie of my childhood," or like Oh, I
Yeah,
just found this little indie sleeper. It's called Back to the Future. Maybe you've heard of it. Like,
yeah, yeah.
it blows my mind
I,
sometimes.
I mean, I hate to be Eurocentric here, but I refer to that as Columbus syndrome, acting
Yeah,
like you discovered something
yeah,
that's been there the whole time, you know?
yeah, totally.
Um, but it's also charming to have a new generation sort of discover stuff
Oh yeah,
anew as well. I follow a couple of young people that do a lot of like videos about David Bowie, and they're, it's nice of them to expose a new generation to this music. I think, it's new to somebody. That's the great thing about
it's
film,
true.
right? It's
I don't
always
know
new
about
to
it.
somebody.
Yeah, hold on. I did. I don't know if you saw my video on the other platform. I just got into stitching. I just stitched a couple of videos. I'm like, oh, look what I can do. I can
Yeah.
stitch. So anyway, um, this content creator I follow asked, "What movie have you watched when you were younger, but hits differently now that you're older?" And you know what I'm going to say, right? What would you say?
Uh,
Hits. You watched it when you were
uh,
younger, hit one way, hits differently now.
I mean, I actually find myself going through that with a lot of films these
Mm.
days that I like rewatch as an older. I mean, early middle aged, if I can even be
Right.
generous about my
Uh huh.
age. Um, I think a film like Bull Durham hits different to me now that I'm older
Interesting.
and sort of at a crossroads in my career. I enjoy Jackie Brown a lot more now than I did when it came out, and I was expecting Pulp Fiction 2, but now I see it, and it's about two middle-aged people kind of trying to find love again, and it hits different.
What, Pulp
Tell me
Fiction?
what yours is, though.
Pulp Fiction
No,
does?
Jackie Brown.
Oh, Jackie Brown. Oh,
Jackie Brown. Yeah.
well, no surprise, it's Mr. Mom, because when I saw it as a kid, uh, let's see if he gets back. Well, I'll continue. When I
I,
saw Mr.
I'm
Mom as a
here, Mike.
kid,
Mike, I'm
no,
sorry. I'm here.
that's all right.
Sorry.
When I saw Mr. Mom as a kid, I was a 12-year-old boy, and I thought it was a silly comedy, and it was funny, and I laughed at everything Michael Keaton did. And then I had kids, and the difficulties of becoming a dad and like stapling together his whoopee or making the grilled cheese with the iron, all dropping off wrong. Every parent goes through that. Every parent feels like they're doing it wrong. Jack, you're doing it wrong. So so it hit differently when I was a dad, and now that I'm in my 50s, and you and I have friends who are either getting laid off or work from home, but their wives are now in the workforce, going to offices, and now it's hitting as a whole different thing. Now that I work from home, my wife is in an office. Now I'm like, now I'm like the Rocky montage in Mr. Mom, where he's painting the fence, he's doing things, he's like, so it hits differently almost every single time I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I definitely. Hey, Mike,
oh,
if I want
hold
to
on, we have
direct people to this.
wait. I'm gonna take your graphic down. Our friend has a comment, which he'd like to join in. They say the tree of life is soul crutching as an older man. Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tree of life.
Soul crushing. Wow.
Yeah, it's funny because my
Hey,
brain doesn't work the same. Oh, the Brad Pitt movie.
Ma-
Yes, yes, it does.
Mike, if I want people to watch,
Hmm.
where can I direct them to find this on the YouTube?
Yeah, you can go to YouTube at Scalerious. There's I can you can probably find the link if you go on YouTube. It's type Scalerious and you'll find me. Um,
Okay.
where's my what happened to here are the stats? We have two people watching, two concurrent viewers. Happy to have that. But the best thing about this is this will live on as a video on this.
Oh, for posterity.
Yeah, so even
Goodness
when nobody was
gracious.
here before, I was talking about movies I saw this week. Check it out. I will show you. These are all the movies I saw. Hold on. These are all the movies I saw in order. The top left is the most recent movie I saw, and then when you go left to right, I saw them in descending order. So, Punch Drunk Love, After the Hunt, Stitch Head, Good Fortune, and all the way back, and then it resets again. So you can go back like 3 or 4 months of my movie going history to see what I've seen and what I've rated them in Letterboxd. I'm at Scalerious at Letterboxd. Did you see anything in there you want to talk about? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let me turn you back on. Sorry. Go ahead. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, because I cut away from you. It cut your mic.
Ah, I do want to make my wonderful joke about 28 years later,
Well,
which is
what's your joke?
I, which is I can't believe Sandra Bullock is still drinking.
It's good.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
It's a little bit of a way homer for sure, but when you get it, you get it.
Was her movie 28 Days Later?
I think it's just 28 days. No,
28 days.
because that's
right?
that's the length of her rehab in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's funny.
I would like to catch if you can throw that graphic up again, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here.
So you can see.
I'm going to say my 11-year-old really enjoyed Spaceballs when I watched it with him recently, which I was shocked. He really loved the opening scene with the really long Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
I recently made a funny video about on the other platform about Independence Day.
Really?
And my thinking was I can't get a USB drive to recognize across two different platforms, but like Jeff Goldblum using a laptop made in 1995 running Windows 95 manages to upload a virus wirelessly into an alien mainframe, and I have to call bullshit on that.
It's the suspension of disbelief, right?
That is where my belief. That's where I can't buy it anymore.
Well, you're also showing your age, because John, you're like, the USB doesn't go into the whatever port.
I mean, for real though, if you did that in a movie, it would be like update drivers.
Yeah.
Like this drive is not compatible with this version of Windows. Like, come on. Like, how many times have we yelled at each other because we didn't have the right version of Mac Drive? To read a drive that, come on. I don't buy that one at all.
But there are other movies that you go along with that same bullshit, right? That we're like, sure, yes, I'm gonna have that's gonna like The Abyss, for example, that they have the liquid that he could suck in his nose, which is a real technology, by the way. But I just don't think I wouldn't be able to suck that in and breathe liquid, but we just go, okay, they're gonna do that. Wait, you're reminding me of oh right. So this reminds me of my thing I was talking about Wicked. I don't know if I told you my theory about the movie Wicked. I was like a little put off. Did you see it, Wicked?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the play and I'm familiar with the story.
Yeah, it's not even the story. The beginning of the movie looks really washed out. The colors look washed out. And then as the movie goes on, it gains saturation. And at the end, when they reach Oz, it's full, vibrant color. And I thought it was a mistake. Like, I had to go look online. And the director had said he wanted his version of Oz to feel hyper-realistic. And so he washed the colors out to feel more real at the beginning, and then increased the saturation as Elphaba sort of realized that she had this power. And I call bullshit on that. Like, in a movie that Wizard of Oz was known for going black and white to color, that to do such a subtle change that only someone like you or I might notice is not good. Like, I think it should have been
a cop out.
It's a cop out. But the real thing is, he was trying to make a land where monkeys fly and there are munchkins and lions talk, and there's all the yellow brick road and all kinds of magic. He wanted to make that seem real. Like, what? That's my disbelief. That's my, like, we're in a fantasy world anyway. Don't, or at least rationalize it differently. That's
Yeah.
hold on. Our friend's chiming in, and I do want you to see this. It was Tetsuya. I thought it was very good. That's my only criticism, to be honest, of it. It was very good. Yeah, but I thought I can't tell you after Wicked came out, I remember seeing like young influencers online like not understanding certain things in it because they never saw The Wizard of Oz. And I think the movie catered so hardcore to the Broadway folks that love the play and didn't tie it into the movie legacy the way it should have.
I have to be honest, I resisted the movie because I find the actress that played her a little bit insufferable, and
Ariana
the
Grande?
online controversy. No, the other one. I
Oh,
forget her
really?
name.
Cynthia.
Cynthia Erivo.
Aribo. Yeah, Arivo. Yeah.
I just find her. And there was a whole controversy about the poster, which you may or may not have heard of online. Are you aware? Are you aware of that? So what happened was an online influencer took the movie poster and they did an edit on it that made it look more like the Broadway show poster. And Cynthia came out and had some really negative comments to make about the revision that wound up blowing back up on her because she didn't even realize that the edit was an homage to the original Broadway show. And I think that controversy that sort of surrounded the opening of the film just kind of turned me off.
Wait, what?
And I love
sorry.
the Wizard.
I'm looking at all of them here. The original Broadway poster is the witch looking at the camera and Glinda sort of coming in from the side, and her face is sort of covered. Oh, I see what you're saying. So, the fake one is they covered her face more to only see her like nose and lips.
And Cynthia came out and said that edit was degrading to her as a human being, and then at that point you're just like, for real, Cynthia, just shut the fuck up.
She called. She called the edited image offensive and deeply hurtful because it covered her eyes and changed her expression. It did change her expression, and they made her lipstick red because I guess that's the color in the original poster. This led to an online debate with some siding with Erivo and others defending the edit as a harmless homage to the iconic original illustration. Where do you fall on that? You think are we just getting too?
I think even that we're talking about it shows how absurd the whole thing was because it's just another part of our, like, what I hate about our culture right now, and I think it really does affect art in a lot of ways. Is we're so worried about offending people that sometimes we don't do the things that we want to do. And let's talk about that in film. Like, let's talk about a movie like Spaceballs or a lot of Mel Brooks stuff that could never be made today because people would deem them like not appropriate, you know?
So can I talk to you about a movie you probably haven't seen because it's brand new. It opened last week. It's After the Hunt with Julia Roberts and Andrew Garfield. And I really, really liked it because it's all about cancel culture. Right, so I won't give anything away because I think you should see it. It's about in the Yale philosophy department. There's these two professors who are like going for tenure, and one's Andrew Garfield, one's Julia Roberts, and a student accuses Andrew Garfield of sexual assault. No evidence, both of their words to go on. This is Julia Roberts' star student and her like best friend colleague, and she's stuck in the middle. Who do I believe? And
who plays the student?
Her name is really hard to say. Hold on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I remember in my video of it being like, I hope I said that right. Evo Eraba. I forgot the name. But she's good. They're all very good. But the joke I made was, I wish every movie had a philosophy department to look at all angles of this one particular, situation, because they'll come at it from the whole thing is like, did you hear what happened? Nietzsche says, and they got throwing quotes around. But I think the better thing is Julia Roberts is from a generation where if this happened, she would swallow that news. Let's say she was assaulted and the evidence wasn't exactly on her side, she would have to bury that. And the young student is of a generation where I have to get this information out there, whether it's true or not, who it's going to hurt or not, doesn't matter. She goes out there to hurt hurt Andrew Garfield. But what's even more interesting, she starts getting mad at Julia Roberts for her silence. Julia Roberts is like, hey, I know him really, really well. I know you. There is no evidence between you guys. I just want to stay neutral. And she drags Julia Roberts into it for her silence. And so I think it's this weird sort of like philosophical debate about cancel culture and about how different generations handle this thing.
Have you been following the story of the DoorDash girl over the last week or so?
No, I saw you posted about it. I didn't know about what that was.
This isn't. I don't know why this comes up on my page on the other platform, as we're calling it, but you know, it just kept. The way social media platform is sort of designed to keep us sort of engaged in that way and in our bubbles, right? And so this story kept coming up for me. And I mean, just to thumbnail it for anyone who hasn't been following the story, a woman was delivering food to a man. It was late one weekend night recently. Her instructions were to drop the food at the front door. Mm-hmm. When she got there, she saw that the door was ajar. She pushed it open, walked in, saw the dude passed out on his couch, like bottomless, like Donald ducking it, basically. Took a video of him, and then claimed that she was SA'd, as we say on social media, and put it up on TikTok, claiming that she was assaulted. And it created a big controversy over, like, first of all, what was she even doing there? Is this just another example of our victim culture? I think it was like an interesting example, and it just sort of ties into the story of the film that you're talking about. Like, what are we talking about in those instances? So, Mike, if I want to tell somebody to tune in, just tell them to go to Scalerious.
Yeah, but I gotta jump soon. I gotta go pick my son up in 15 minutes from the train. So,
all right.
But yeah, they'll be able to watch this on my YouTube channel. Make sure they subscribe and follow, because 34 more subscribers, and I'm in the promise. I won't ask my viewers for anything more. 34 followers, and you'll never hear from me again except for this delicious content that I'm putting out there. Oh, can I say something else? Do you follow that guy on the other platform? His name is Garen Noon. He's the Irish guy.
Yes,
who's like
the Irish guy. I'm listening. I may disappear momentarily, but I'm listening.
So he posted something where I didn't realize this. He's the lead singer of a band, and he's really, really good. And at first I'm looking at this going, this is AI. This has got to be AI. AI is really good. They made him sing, I think it's Pearl Jam, and he sounds amazing. He's got this amazing voice. And I did a little research. He is that good. And I don't think it's fair that someone should have that much talent. He's funny on his videos. He can sing like an angel. And he ends all of his things with, I'm delicious. He's delicious, too.
I'm delicious.
How can he be delicious and sing and be funny? That's not fair. Save some for the rest of us.
He was one of the first people that I was exposed to on that other platform. And I find him hysterical, first of all.
Me too.
Like, have you ever seen him do his impersonation of an American dad?
Yes. I also love when he tries American food. He's like, I've never had Doritos. And he's eating Doritos. Like, I grew up on that stuff. I'd love to see what this guy says about it.
Yeah, no, he's pretty funny. And he's also pretty genuine. Like, when I've seen him kind of rail against other stuff, he's always like pretty honest, and like I agree with him. He talks a lot about that cancel culture, which happens a lot online when
Mm.
somebody pisses off the masses, and then the whirlwind surrounds them, and it happens
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
It definitely
It's a shame.
happens
You should
often.
you should go see After the Hunt. I think if you
Well,
like, I
I
was
know
telling
you
you.
love it
Yeah.
because of the Smiths. There's a lot. There's
But
a great use of the Smiths in the in
yeah,
the.
but more than that, I think it's first of all, it's shot also like a real art house film. Like they do an over the shoulder shot, for example, of the student in the foreground and Julia Roberts in the back, and
Mhm.
Julia Roberts is in sharp focus. The student is like facing us; she's out of focus, and they're talking. And when Julia Roberts is talking, she's in focus. And then when the student begins to talk, you're waiting for the focus to rack, and it never does. And like there's a million examples of this in the film, things like this, and you're like, what what do I what's going on? And I thought it was great because in a talkie, like this movie's all talking, like it's all accusations. There's no doing. It's just like, well, I think this and I think that, and it could have been really dry. And then when you watch the
Mhm.
film, there's a scene where she's talking to her husband, and the camera just decides to float over top, just float away, and you're like, where are we going? What's happening? It was completely like, well, not completely, but it leaned art house in a really
Mhm.
interesting way, and so it kept me engaged because I'm like, what's going on? Like, why are you drawing attention to yourself?
Right. Talk to me like I'm dumb though. Who directed it?
It was an Italian director. This
Is it an
I
indie film? Is it an indie film
No, it's
though?
big budget. It's pretty big budget. Hold
All right,
on.
because I mean, like to have Julia Roberts in it, I figured
Yeah, and
they
Andrew
have to have
Garfield.
some. Right.
It's I looked him up to include him in my video, but I hadn't seen any of his films. Luca Guadagnino, and his other films are, and maybe our friends here have seen them. Surpresa, Call Me by Your Name, Bones and All. Let's see, anything else? Queer, Challengers. He looks like he did a music video for Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Bones and All. A TV miniseries, another music video, a short, a lot of shorts. It was like his first feature film was Bones and All in 2022. Yeah, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a fourth or fifth movie. It's a good movie. It's worth a
I mean,
it's worth a view.
you know me. I love me a talkie film where nothing
This,
happens except people are talking. Right. I mean,
and in
so.
this one, they're all smoking cigarettes and drinking.
Ah.
Like, what shall we do?
Uh,
What do we do about this
uh,
assault?
I'm in the midst of trying to
Yeah.
quit for like the 100th
Oh
time
yeah.
in my life,
Don't watch this movie then.
and
They're smoking the
so
whole time.
oh my, that's
Listen,
the
John, I gotta
thing is
run.
like,
Okay,
alrighty,
finish your
Mike,
thought.
always good
Finish that.
to.
We'll have that be the last
No, I
thought.
mean, I'm saying that I smoke because of a lifetime of watching cinema. Like I blame Hollywood for it in so many ways. Nobody makes smoking look cooler than Hollywood. And backlit smoke is still the coolest thing on film. So,
Do you know why I used to say I used to drink? Because in Friends, they have a beer in their hand or a cup of coffee, or they're always like in television episodics, they always have to do something with their hands, and they always have a beer in their hands or a cup of coffee. So I drink a ton of coffee, and I used to drink a ton of beer, but not anymore. But I realized that's where it came from. Weird. So
good to good. How do we do? Did we get any subscribers, Mike?
let me check. Let's see. I'll check over here on this computer. Uh, Switch account. Yes, we got one subscriber. Thank you. I think it's Tetsuya Imai. Thank you, Tetsuya, for the one follow. Now I need 33 more until I get 1,000 subscribers. It's like pulling teeth, man. On this application, it's like pulling teeth.
It's so hard to get a ring on the finger on social media for
It
real.
really
So
is. Look at the
yeah,
production quality we're bringing to this. This is like some
I mean,
professional shit right here. So,
where else can you watch two old white guys talking for an hour?
right.
Come on,
All right,
come
go
on,
follow
internet.
John, Generation Vex, on TikTok and here on YouTube. Like I always say, John, film is about community. I'm Mike. I love movies. Thanks, everybody. Nice job, John. Thanks.